Okay.
It's like there was seeing something in the past. I don't know. Could be that.
Penalty for
I don't
Mr.
know.
Quiroz for not knowing. The president and the assistant don't know what is past perfect. Okay, that's why we are going to learn it today, okay? Past perfect. Let's go to the whiteboard, please. Whiteboard. So here we have the past perfect. Past perfect. It's pretty simple. Past perfect. So basically, the past perfect includes the following. In past perfect, you have actually you have an action. Okay, you have an action that happened before other action, but this action is in the past. That's the definition. That's the definition of past perfect. It's an action that happened before other action, but this action is in the past. What's that, teacher Alan? No worries, I will explain you with the following structure. Past perfect. The structure is the following. We have subject plus. What is the past tense of have?
Had.
Had plus verb in past participle in past participle plus complement. That's the structure. Okay. Now let's see some examples. Examples. Donna had left. Jonah had left when you called. Donna had left when you called. So what was the action that happened before? What is the action that happened before I called?
Left.
Donna left. That happened first. So that's past perfect. Something that happened in the past before an action, but this action is in the past. What was the first action? Donna had left when you called. First, Donna left the house. Then Someone called. But called is in past tense. You see? Had left can be translated as se había ido. No había dejado. No, in this scenario is get out of a place, left a place. Llamaste is in past tense. Next example. Next example. Gabby had, what is the past participle of read?
The same,
The same,
but change the pronunciation, right?
but change the pronunciation. We write it the same, but we pronounce it as read. Gabby has read the book before she saw the movie. What was the action that happened in the past? What was the action that happened in the past? What did she do?
Had read the book.
She saw the movie. She saw the movie. That's the action in the past. But what happened before this action? She read the book. She had read the book. She had read the book before she saw the movie. Saw is the past tense of see. Ella había leído el libro antes que ella viera la película. Are we good? Are we understanding how to identify past perfect? It's an action that happens before another action. But this action is in the past tense. Let's see other example. Let's see other example.
Teacher,
Yes, Fabian Polic.
had always will be había.
Not all the time. It changes when it's conditional to hubiese. But we have not their conditionals yet. What happened is that in Spanish, we understand past perfect with hubiera and hubiese. Había is the original translation with no conditional. But if I say, you will understand it better when we learn conditionals. But most of the time we understand the things in Spanish, even they are not grammatically correct. The same in other languages. And according to our culture too, the way that we express ourselves in Spanish. Let's see this example. This is kind of clear. I had already woken up. Woken up is the past participle for wake up. I had already woken up when the alarm rang at 7 a.m. So what happened before the alarm rang? What happened before that action? I already woken up. Ya me había despertado. Eso pasó antes que sonara la alarma. Antes que sonara la alarma. Pero la alarma sonó. That's an action in the past. And the action that happened before the alarm rang was that I had woken up. Ya me había despertado.
Teacher Alan.
Hello.
Could be, for example, I had just woken up also, or no?
Yeah. Justo me había despertado. Just give us the idea of immediately. Or something that happened a few moments ago. Let's see other example. Let's use element. Element had owned one car before he bought his new BMW. What was the action that element performed? What was the action that element did? He bought a car. He bought a car. And what happened before he bought a car? He has owned only one car. his entire life. Own, poseer. Tener, poseer. Un carro, un coche. A vehicle. Now let's see some negative examples. I had, or I had not, or I hadn't done all my homework when I went to class. So what was the main action here? The main action or the principal action is that I went to class. That's the principal action. I went to class. But past perfect is indicating what happened before that action. What happened before I went to class? Oh, I hadn't finished my homework. All right, so this is basically what means in Spanish. No había hecho toda mi tarea cuando fui a clases. Questions so far?
Teacher, if after, for example, the first action is had, and what happens if the next action have had also? Is it correct or?
We can have that cases. For example, I had, this is the auxiliary, had, because the past participle of have is had. I had a big house before I had a family. It sounds confusing, but it's grammatically correct. Basically, these three options are how we understand this in Spanish. Yo había tenido una casa grande. That's the same. Antes de tener una familia, we translate the past tense not directly to the direct translation of tuve, but we can do it depending on how you express yourself. But remember that it's not necessary for you to have the correct grammar. Sometimes we say things that are not grammatically correct, but we understand it. Right? Antes que tuviera una familia, antes que tuve una familia, no suena tan bien, pero mucha gente lo usa. You know what I mean? What is the best way to say it? The first one. Or the second one. In Spanish, we understand it in both ways. The idea that I had a family in past tense. Is that clear? We can use the verb had. It sounds confusing because you will have had, but one is the auxiliary and one is the verb in past participle. And I can also add a had in the second part of the sentence, which is had a family. Had a family, like Brian, that he wants to have a house in the mountain with only one television and a wife.
Yeah, you know.
And a dog and a cat. Okay, so let's complete other examples. Can you take a screenshot of this one and share it in the group, please, so I can delete it?
Yes, for sure.
Let me know when it's done.
Already.
Thank you. All right, so let's create another box of examples. We had already eaten when Fabian came home. We need to know how to identify the past perfect from the simple past. What is the difference? Remember that simple past are actions that actually have a simple end. Past tense is something that I finish. I came home. Only that. Or I ate pizza. That's simple past. But remember that when we have past perfect, we have a different structure that includes past tense because we have an action that happened in the past. Is that clear? Let's see another example. Last year, David all the exams. Is that past perfect or simple past? What do you think? The verb is pass. Do I need to use past perfect or only simple past?
I think that only is the simple past.
One vote for only simple past. Someone else?
Me too.
Someone else? Simple past or past perfect? It is simple past. Why? Because I'm only saying that last year, only when you read last year, it's indicating that it's only simple past. Last year, David passed all the exams. Other example, I went to USA. Then I bought a pair of sneakers. What do you think about that sentence? Is that correct, or do I need to use past perfect?
I think that is correct because it's like a report, you know. First, I went to USA, then I bought a pair of sneakers, and then after that, blah, blah, blah.
Very good. Very good. That's only simple past. Why? Because I am not saying something that is telling me that there was an action or the action is not indicating that I want to use the past perfect. If that's the case, probably I will find something like this. I bought a pair of sneakers when I had gone to USA. Right?
I think that in this case, we can use this option, but grammatically, I think that is I had, but because it's more, I don't know, specific.
I had bought a pair of sneakers when I went to USA. Yeah, we can say that too. We can say that too. So now let's complete an exercise, a simple exercise. Let's see. Please open the following link.